Okay, so this is my second video. I decided to, try again and see if I can get something that is longer and clearer and hopefully will work. All right, so I think if this goes through, then I can have a better idea of how to get some really good videos up, something that doesn't look like it comes from the 70s, because the way the feedback is looking at me right now, it's just no good. Once I can get that down packed and I can get some really interesting videos and topics and really keep you guys engaged. Um, so for now, I'm just going to talk quickly about my two websites that I have on Facebook. One is called Love We Are One, www.facebook.com/loveweare1, and that site is dedicated to people who are newlywed or wed for a while, doesn't really matter. When I started off that page last year, I think I put a little bit more energy into it. And then I realized that, going through my own issues was very hard to stay on focus, stay on topic with the page. But I decided to pick it back up again, and hopefully I can get some more subscribers and followers who would be willing to share their stories. The most difficult thing about having that page is to get people active. I would have 300 likes and could not get like one or two people to even comment on some of the topics that I was posting. I thought maybe it was because marriages, relationships, and so forth are quite personal. It could be quite sensitive for people to discuss. But hopefully, as I go along, I can find some really good methods of getting people to be involved and to be active on the page. So visit it, like it, share information, share your marriage, share your loved ones, whatever you want to share, you can to the context of what the page is about. www.facebook.com/lovereal1. That page was just made because I felt like there wasn't enough information in my face that was supportive of young couples being married. When I was doing wedding planning, I found a lot of sites that were really good to display the business of marriage, the rings and the dress and the bouquet and the flowers and the florist and so forth, and the venue and the caterers and the real happily ever after, the work that you have to do after all of that. I did not find it so much in my face as the other things I just talked about. Doesn't mean it didn't exist, but it wasn't in my face as much as the business side of a wedding and a marriage. So I felt like, I had a lot of friends around me who got married, who were going through issues, good and bad, and I just wanted a place where people could come together and share their experiences in a classy way. I saw a lot of sites that talked about relationships and they want to keep things anonymous and it's always some kind of drama and so forth. I mean, I know that marriages can be a drama in itself, but my presentation towards the topic, I wanted it to be different. So hopefully, if I can get some more subscribers, we can definitely have some fun on that page. The next page is a happier me. It's called www.facebook.com/a happier me, and that page is dedicated to a lot of positive inspiration for people who may be going through ups and downs in their life. My ethos, the thing that I definitely hold close to my heart is relationships. I feel like, I don't know if I said it in my first video, that, this is something that you establish from the time you are born. And having good connections with people, good social life, and so forth, and having an environment around you that suits your personality definitely shapes your happiness at some point. And although happiness is a state of mind, joy is the real thing that can be consistent, because you can be happy today, not happy tomorrow, depending on the circumstances and the situation. It is still a good thing to try to pursue. It's very healthy to keep happy, to keep active, to keep engaged in the people and the environment that's around you. So please check it out. That page doesn't have as much likes, it's not as active as the Love We Are One page, but both pages are in the process of being relaunched, and hopefully I can find people that are willing to share their stories and experiences and be more active and play a more active part. Um, and that's it. That's the two things that I wanted to say. I wanted to put it out there for you guys to take a look at. And while saying that, I'm going to talk about my hair again. Right now, the style is kind of falling apart. It's late. It's after 9 in the night, and trying to do these videos for so long, I think the hair just decided to say, you know what, forget, we want to come down. So it's starting to unroll right now. But my hair, I would say, is a 3B, 3C. I am of mixed descent. I am black, Indian, Spanish, and I think there's a little white somewhere. I'm not really sure. My great grandparents on my grandmother's side, I was talking from Venezuela, although my great grandmother told me her father was from England, I'm not sure. And my father is half Indian and half black. With that said, I'm only saying it to say the type of texture you can imagine from that mix. But my hair can be very kinky and it can also be very curly depending on the products I use and depending on the weather. Sometimes the weather just makes it a little more kinkier one day than the next day. And I live in a house where we are all natural, and my husband has a very thick, long, natural hair. And sometimes I used to be envious of it because his hair is quite long and it's thicker than mine. My hair is quite fine, it's quite, you know, dead, I would say sometimes, and his hair is a bit more full, it's thicker, and so forth. And I've had to learn, I've had to educate myself on how to really take care of natural hair, not just myself. And unfortunately, I know it's bad to say, I really kind of neglected my daughter's hair for a while. Because you know what, she was natural, but it was like, all right, she's just a child. And then I'm like, everything that I use in my hair and trying to make my hair look good, definitely she needs the same attention. And so I started applying the methods I've used to look after my hair for her as well. So definitely in your house, if you are natural, try and make sure everyone gets the same treatment when it comes to the products that you put in your hair. Try and put a lot of effort into your kids and your spouses when it comes to that as well, because having long, healthy hair is something to be very proud of. And even if it's not long, sorry, because I know I said long and healthy in the same sentence, they could be both separate and still great. You can have long hair that's not healthy, you can have healthy hair that's not long. Having long hair, having healthy hair, um, is a very very good thing, especially for people who are struggling with trying to figure out, how to go about the transition from being natural, more from being perm to being natural. Anyway, gonna keep this video brief. Next video, I'm gonna show you some of the products that I use on my hair.